Hi friends, myself Vibor from Academy for RPA. In this video, I will take you through the Automation Anywhere tool, the most demanding tool in the market these days. But before jumping directly to Automation Anywhere, I would be explaining what is RPA all about. So let's get started. RPA stands for Robotic Process Automation. So what is it? Basically, it's a use of software or robots to handle high volume repeatable tasks that previously required a human to perform. So in those tasks which needed the human effort, a robot or the software can do the same. Basically, robotic process automation is a solution in which a robot can take over standard and repetitive activities that are currently carried out by humans. Is RPA a physical machine? No, RPA is not a physical machine. It is software which acts as a virtual coworker in the support of processes. The robot software assists with basic tasks and as such reduces the time and cost spent on processes. So, what can robots do? A robot or software can read from many systems at once. Basically, it can copy data from one system and supply it to the another system. Basically, it starts referencing. Work with different systems such as ERP, CRM, DBs. So it logs in to the system and after performing certain tasks, log out from the system. Make complex decisions. So the thing is, RPA works on rule-based mechanism, not the decision-based mechanism. As we move forward with the RPA, in coming days, there would be mechanism with the RPA would work onto the decision-based system. But in today's scenario, it is a rule-based system. Deliver outputs. So, for any organization, the ultimate goal is to deliver output with high efficiency and accuracy, which can satisfy the customers, generate the revenue. So ultimately, it comes if the robot can work efficiently and accurately. So it was the basic overview of RPA and what can robots do. Now let's move to the next slide. What are the benefits of RPA? Why do we need RPA? So the first and foremost thing is cost reduction. Through RPA, we can reduce cost to 30 to 70%. And it's an actual figure. It's not a hypothetical one. Robot can reduce the 30 to 50% the cost of an offshore full-time employee. Basically, for example, if a full-time employee takes suppose $100 for a certain task, the same task can perform by robot in just 30 to 50% of that amount of that $100. So it would be a huge saving in long run. Apart from cost reduction, cycle time reduction. So the robots are fast, can work fast in comparison to human. So it reduces 75+% time in a process task. Yes, 75% is a huge number. Let's move to other benefits. It's human error reduction, which is 100%. Obviously, it's a robot. The human has a tendency to make errors, to commit errors, but robot cannot. Reduce risk, because robots are unemotional, unforgiving, and consistent. So there is not much chance for risk if robot is doing certain things in a process. Flexibility and scalability, because unlike humans, robots, there is no need to provide training to robots. So where do we deploy the digital workforce or robots? Basically, it's a R3 factor. So what all three R's here? Repetitive, any task that is performed over and over again by one or more people. Redundant, where your processes require a person to review, approve, check, audit, supervise, or confirm something. So if you replace robots from humans for a certain process, then you don't need to have an approver or supervisor to just monitoring the things. The robot or the software can do the same for you. And the last R is risky, where we need to meet the regulations or compliance. So these are the areas where we deploy the robots. Okay, so the next big thing, what all tools are in markets apart from Automation Anywhere? So there is a list of leading robotic automation RPA vendors or tools in the market. Here you can see there are certain tools, but apart from these tools, also there are some few which are not present in this slide. So the question arises, which tool is a market leader? And the answer is Automation Anywhere. According to the Forrester research, the Automation Anywhere is a market leader among all the tools. So as you can see, the Automation Anywhere has a bigger circle in comparison to the other tools. So according to the Forrester research, Automation Anywhere is the market leader in today's scenario. Okay. So this was the overview of RPA, overview of robots or bots or a software where we need to deploy the softwares or robots, what all robots can do. Now we will be jumping to the Automation Anywhere tool. Organization using of Automation Anywhere is Automation Anywhere Enterprises, version 10.3 these days. Basically, Automation Anywhere Enterprises is the highest version which have all commands. Okay, previously to the Automation Anywhere client, Automation Anywhere Enterprise, Previous version was a small server and automation anywhere is small business. The small server had only 14 commands and only has client and server. But automation anywhere enterprises have all commands. So companies are using this automation anywhere enterprise. The fact is automation anywhere stopped giving the licenses of small server and automation anywhere small business to the companies. They are only giving license to the automation anywhere enterprise. Okay. So we will be focusing on automation anywhere enterprise, and the version we will be proceeding forward is 10.3, which is latest in market. Automation anywhere architecture has two components. One is control room and another one is client. So let's talk about control room and client. Control room acts like a server. Let me show you the UI of control room. This is control room. It acts like a server. It's responsible for controlling various clients, scheduling, and license allocation. Basically, control room is a governing body. And these are the different options available in left side panel of control room. And you can see here on the dashboard page, there is all the information on a single page. How many clients are already registered, active users number, failed task in last 2 days, which task currently in progress, what all are upcoming tasks or basically scheduled tasks, repository section, total files in repository, my docs, my exes, my bots. The bot can be any IQ bot, meta bot, my task, scripts, workflow, all the information on a single page. So the control room admin can come on a dashboard page and have all the information related to the task, the clients, the users, the repositories, the scheduled task, if there is any. So this is a web-based control room. In the previous versions, previous to version 10, it was a desktop-based control room. So now this control room, the version 10 onwards, you can deploy it to any cloud platform. Okay. So now this is the main feature of control room. Let's talk about the various options here in left side panel. The first is dashboard. As I mentioned that all the information related to the users, clients or the repositories are available on the dashboard page. This is the repository manager. So it shows me the folder structure. There is no folder structure as of now, but it will be showing to us that what all folders are available in a certain repository. My task, scripts, reports. Okay. So here's the name, the date modified, file type, size of the file in the selected folder. The second is options room. It gives the information which task is in progress, task history. The other one is user management. The admin can create user. This is the create user and allocate the licenses, the certain licenses, the development license, runtime license. We would be going in detail in the actual training. So in user management, the admin can deactivate or activate any users, change or modify the settings accordingly. The next is audit trail. So all activities comes under audit trail. So as of now, this is displaying the data from 9/11 to 9/14, basically 11 September to 14 September. I can have the data from previous weeks and export the whole data to a CSV file. Okay, so I can have all the activity logs from here, audit trail. This is the task schedule. So I can have the info about the task schedule, which task is going to be run and when it is going to be run. So here we can have the schedule detail, the client which the task belongs to. Here we have security tab. Under security tab, we can create the new roles. By default, there are 4 roles: the admin, basic, bot creator, and bot runner. We can view the info about the each and every role. So there are the folder access rights. So we would be talking around this in actual training in more detail. Let's move to another tab, which is clients. So here's the information about the clients. So there are certain clients. So we can export this info to the CSV file. We can edit the clients accordingly. And the green, there is a green icon. So it means this client is active as of now, and the red one indicates that this is not active. We can have the client type, the bot creator, the bot runner. And in the next step is a credential manager. We can add credential from here. So at times we don't want to disclose the credentials. Suppose we are working on a web-based application or a email automation. So we don't want to disclose our credentials. So we can just place the credentials here and we can call those credentials to our task in our task. So it's a big feature. In the version 10, it was not before. So for storing the credential, the automation anywhere using its own database, which is SQL Server. So all the credentials are going to be placed in the SQL Server database. So basically it's just an overview of the UI of control room. So we would be discussing these things in detail in actual training. So let me move to the client. So this is the Automation Anywhere Enterprise client. In client, I can create my task, my bot. So I can record some task. There is a recorder as well. Recorder has some certain option. I can create the task from this new button and go to the task editor. It's been loading. So this is the task editor where I can create tasks or write scripts. These are the various commands in left hand side. So Automation Anywhere has a collection of commands. So it's very rich in terms of commands. We can do each and everything for a process automation through these commands. So there is a command for everything if it comes to process automation. If for a certain process, if these commands are not enough, but this is not very much the case, the commands can do each and everything, but if there is an exception, the command cannot do the certain thing in a process automation, we can write our VB script or JavaScript and call those script file into this task editor. And we can create our own DLLs as well for some certain task in a process automation. So there is a command run script. So in this run script, we can call our already created VB script or JavaScript file into the task editor, and we can run that file accordingly. So we would be talking or discussing the things in detail in actual training, and we would be going through each and every command, and we will be doing some hands-on practice exercises, and we'll be dealing in real-time use cases. So it was just a overview of the Automation Anywhere client and control room. Thanks for your time and patience.